Chapter 4, The Hidden Operator. You're not driving the car. Not really. You think you are steering your life with reason, clarity, and intention. But underneath the surface, there's something else. A shadow driver. A hidden operator. It doesn't speak in words. It doesn't follow logic. It's older than your conscious mind, and way more powerful. Call it the unconscious. Call it the shadow. Call it spirit. Whatever name you use, it's the part of you that shapes your life while pretending not to exist. This chapter is about that part. You are not who you think you are. Your conscious mind is a thin layer. A few thoughts at a time. A sense of eye looking out. It feels solid, but it's just a spotlight. Behind it is a dark theater full of past versions of you, inherited beliefs, suppressed emotions, fantasies you won't admit, fears you pretend not to have. Most of who you are lives down there, below the level of conscious thought. Freud called it the unconscious. Jung saw it as the shadow and the collective unconscious, a realm where myth, instinct, and archetype live. Modern neuroscience talks about implicit memory, body-based trauma, and emotional reflexes. Whatever the framework, the core idea is the same. The mind hides more than it shows. Dreams, symbols, and unfinished business. The unconscious speaks in symbols. It doesn't say you're insecure. It dreams about losing your teeth. It doesn't announce you're afraid of abandonment. It makes you pick partners who leave. Every unprocessed experience, every emotion you couldn't handle at the time, it doesn't disappear. It gets stored. Folded into the background. And it acts out through your choices, your triggers, your relationships, your spiritual highs and breakdowns. This is why people meditate for years only to suddenly snap during a silent retreat. Why someone can be spiritually awakened but still emotionally reactive. If the unconscious isn't addressed, it will hijack everything, including your search for peace. Spiritual bypassing, enlightenment as escape. Let's talk about a common trap, using spirituality to avoid your own mind. This is spiritual bypassing when people use meditation, prayer, psychedelics, or philosophy to run from their pain instead of face it. They talk about detachment but never mention rage. They chase oneness while ghosting their real-life problems. They want to transcend the ego, but really, they're just ashamed of being human. The hidden operator loves this. It hides under robes and rituals. It gets dressed up in spiritual language. But it's still running the show. You can't bypass your unconscious. If you try, it will find another door. The shadow isn't evil, it's repressed. Carl Jung's idea of the shadow gets misunderstood a lot. It's not just your dark side. It's everything you've repressed, positive and negative. Your power, your rage, your lust, your creativity, your grief, your truth. You were taught to hide it? To be good, nice, balanced, peaceful. So you pushed down the parts that didn't fit. But they didn't die. They went underground. And now they leak out sideways through passive aggression, obsession, addiction, perfectionism, emptiness. Spiritual work that doesn't deal with the shadow is just self-deception in a better outfit. Synchronicities and the intelligent unknown. Sometimes the hidden operator doesn't just show up as a trigger or a dream, it shows up as synchronicity. That uncanny moment when the right book falls into your hands, a song says exactly what you needed to hear, or a stranger answers the question you never asked aloud. Jung saw these as signs of the unconscious connecting to a larger field, a kind of cosmic intelligence that links mind and matter. He called it the collective unconscious. Others call it spirit, source, the universe. Are these just coincidences? Maybe. But maybe they're signals. Nudges from the parts of reality we don't yet understand. From the intelligence behind the curtain. The body remembers. The unconscious isn't just in your head. It's in your body. Trauma lives in muscle memory. Anxiety in your gut. Suppressed rage in your jaw. Your body is the storage unit for everything your mind couldn't process. This is why talk therapy can only go so far. Why spiritual insights can fade the minute you return to your normal life. Until the body is involved through movement, breath, sensation, transformation doesn't stick. The hidden operator lives in your nervous system. And the only way to bring it into awareness is through presence. Not thinking about your pain, but feeling it directly. Sitting in it. Letting it move. That's where integration begins. Integration over awakening. Everyone wants awakening. Few people want integration. Integration is slow, messy, uncomfortable. It requires looking at the parts of yourself you've avoided for years. Not to fix them, but to listen. To understand why they're there. What they've been protecting. What they want you to know. You don't kill the shadow. You befriend it. You don't purge the unconscious. You work with it. And sometimes, in that process, you catch glimpses of something deeper. Something that feels less like a voice in your head and more like a guide, a presence, a knowing. Maybe that's God. Maybe it's the deeper self. Maybe the line between psychology and spirituality is thinner than we think. Closing the chapter. The hidden operator isn't your enemy. It's not trying to ruin your life. It's trying to keep you safe, based on what it learned when you were too young to know better. But safety isn't the same as freedom. If you want to live fully spiritually, psychologically, honestly, you'll have to confront what's under the surface. Not destroy it. Understand it. Include it. That's where the real work begins. In the next chapter, we'll talk about false light and real darkness, what happens when we chase only the positive side of spirituality, and what we miss by avoiding the shadows.